episode 142. You know what I'm saying? On the grind 200. That line between genius and insanity. Hosted by yours truly. OG! Hey, man, let's go ahead and get right into it, man.
Welcome to Raw is OG!
Hatch, you know the fuck, man. Who playing on me, man?
You already know I'm rocking. Yes, sir. What's poppin' with y'all, man? Welcome back to another motherfucking episode of the Thin Line Between Genius and Insanity podcast, hosted by yours truly, OG. Now, please spin the block. Let them know I am the flyest, highest, coolest, smoothest host from all. OG. Hatch, who the fuck it is, man. What's up with the people? What's up with y'all? Motherfucker, looking good, feeling good. You know what I'm saying? Staying safe. It's a whole lot of shit going on transition each and every episode. I want to shout out to everybody around the world that's tapped in, joining the conversation. I truly appreciate all the love, support. Let's keep this grind going, man. It's episode 142, man. We on the grind 200. This shit don't stop for a motherfucking soul. I want to shout out to everybody that's tapped in, no matter how you tapped in, supporting the show. On YouTube at OGHatchTV. Go ahead and drop a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, all the good shit the YouTube would say. And if you tapped in on the audio on the DSPs, man, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, etc., etc. Review the show, rate the show, all that good shit, man. Let's keep moving this content in the right direction and this platform in the right direction and growing it, man. Let's keep doing this shit and attacking every motherfucking angle we can. You know, it's a lot going on. Episode 142, man. There's a whole lot of shit going on in you goddamn churches, man. So I do want to go ahead and get right into it because you know what today is. It's Laker Day, baby. Look, I'm sorry. Laker games come before everything. So we knocking this episode out real motherfucking swiftly. But you're never going to cheat the process, man. So I do want to give you guys a great show. But I do want to go ahead and get right into it. You know, the year is 2023, right? You know, one common job that everybody had that you will come across today, when you come across a group of people, 1 out of 10 people, I would say at least 6 or 7 of those people are content creators. And think about content creation, man. You know, that varies. That's a very vague, you know what I'm saying, job description. Motherfucker say I'm a content creator. You're like, okay. So what do? You do porn? My mind automatically jumps to porn. I'm a freaky nigga. I'm a freaky ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I immediately jumped to porn. A bad bitch tell me she a content creator? Oh yeah, she's showing titties and twat. Titties and twat. But it's a very vague job description if I do say so myself. You know, me personally, you know, it took me a while to even consider myself a content creator. I got hundreds upon hundreds of hours of fucking content out there. I got hundreds of hours of content that's been watched. So like, it took me a while to even consider myself a content creator, but when I really sat there and thought about it, I fit the mold. But as I say, when 1 out of 10 people, at least 6 or 7 of these people are content creators, at least some of these people are putting their stuff on platforms and it's being streamed and things of that nature. Think of those people. You know, as we get into this space, man, you know, people as artists, there's a new album dropped every day. There's a new person picking up rapping every day. Podcasts, there's a new podcast being dropped every day. Everybody wants to be a podcast. My mama literally just hit me up today, my nigga, asking me, son, what did you need when you first started your show? What the fuck is you asking for? But apparently, I guess one of her co-workers' son or some shit trying to start a show, and he wanted my advice or something like that. Like I told my nigga, all I had was a laptop. I was literally talking into the laptop the first couple of episodes until I got a mic. But every day there's a new podcaster, a new artist, a new actor, a new poet, a new, you know what I'm saying, a spoken word. Like everybody's putting content out there to be streamed. Everybody. I got homeboys that's in movies and shit. Like everybody's putting things out there to be streamed. And as we get into this era, man, streaming is is the biggest enemy of all content creators. You know, I want to play this clip from Snoop Dogg real fast that I came across so I can buffer my brain a little bit. Before I dive a little bit more into this, I want y'all to hear this from Snoop Dogg got to say. Let me see.
Streaming gotta get their shit together. Cause I don't understand how the fuck you get paid off of that shit. Like, I mean, can somebody explain to me how you can get 1 billion streams and not get $1 million? Like, that shit don't make sense to me. Like, I don't know who the fuck running the streaming industry, if you in here or not. But nigga, you need to give us some information on how the fuck to track this money down. Because 1 plus 1 ain't adding up to 2. That shit don't add up. And I have to say it. Because that's the main gripe with a lot of us artists is that we do major numbers with streams and this shit, but it don't add up to the money. Like, what the fuck is the money? When I first came out, my records would sell based off of physical. If you sold 1 million copies, that means that $9.99, $9 million, you get this percentage, that's what it is. So if I sell how many streams, how much money do I get? It's not being translated and it's not working for the artist right now. And I just want to speak to that.
Wow.
In the music industry, like, that's fucked up. And we need to find a way to figure that out. The same way the writers are figuring out, the writers are striking because streaming, they can't get paid. Because when it's on the platform, it's not like in the box office. In the box office, if it does all these numbers, you may get an up. Oh, it did this, but here's another check. But on streaming, you got 300,000 hours that somebody watched your movie. Where's the money? And I know I'm going off a script right now, but fuck it. This is business.
Yeah.
This is business. You know what I'm saying? This is a room full of business people, and somebody may hear this and be able to do something about it so that way the next audience.
Alright, so, you know, I played that clip because a lot of times I be coming across shit that motherfuckers be saying, they be things that I've already said. But I've always understood that sometimes people are more familiar with certain people. So I'm like, motherfuckers see Snoop Dogg say some shit like that, then y'all would see, like, I ain't just talking no bullshit. Like, when I say all streams matter, yeah, all streams matter because, you know, streams is telling you how many people is, you know what I'm saying, giving you a percentage of how many people is listening to your shit. It's fucking with your shit. But also when it comes to that streaming shit, like I always told y'all, bro, what the fuck is the cost of a stream? And he's speaking from it from an artist standpoint. I want people to understand, I'm only going to stick with it from a podcasting standpoint because, like I tell you, the two industries are very much similar, fam. But we all know the music industry is far more advanced than the podcast industry, but we all understand that the music industry still ain't nowhere near where it need to fucking be when it comes to payout to these fucking artists and stuff like that. I just seen P for fucking QC. They just sold QC for $300 million. How much money you think Quavo and them getting from that? Not a fucking dime, nigga. Who built QC? The Migos. It wouldn't be a QC without the Migos. Is they getting anything from that $300 million? Do you think that the Migos have been properly paid, you know what I'm saying, throughout their tenure, throughout their run? Rest in peace, Takeoff. Do you honestly believe that? Do you believe they got all their money from Bad and Bougie? I'm not even saying they got fucked. I'm not saying there was no shady business went down. But the music industry itself, the streaming itself, there's no way niggas is getting they rightfully paid, they rightful payout, because we can't even get the right numbers to even argue or fact check what a Spotify is telling us, what an Apple is telling us. Because as an artist, as a podcaster, you only know what they tell you. They're the ones with the information. They're telling us what a damn stream is. But it doesn't add up to, like Snoop Dogg said, for a nigga get 1 billion streams, he's not even having $1 million. I told y'all 1 million views on YouTube, nigga, for some niggas is only $9,000. And that's how, and for the majority, that's the highest payout. $9,000 for 1 million views on YouTube. Think about that. That don't add, where does that add up? How does 1,000 anything equal 1 million something? It don't add up. As a nigga like myself who got over hundreds and hundreds of hours of content and hundreds of hours of my content has been watched, when you compare what my viewers, viewers watched and my viewers time spent on my episodes, my shit damn near at 80% clip. You only need 60 seconds for one stream. Do you think I'm getting the rightful pay from that shit? I ain't getting no money from this shit. But my shit has been touching in other countries and got over hundreds and hundreds of people. I'm getting over 300 and something streams and downloads per week. I'm not getting no money from that shit. So streaming is the biggest enemy to every content creator because every content creator, there's not one that's getting their adequate pay. There's not one. Some may have better deals than others, but there's not one who's getting their straight pay. Why do you think these live streams are getting these big ass bags, bro? Why do you think that? Because the money is in the ad revenue. Peak game. Remember when Casanet did the stream-a-thon he did for Black History Month? He did that in the month of February. A report came out that Twitch got around 10 to 15 million. He took home around 2 million. He came out and said, where's people getting these numbers, trying to go at the numbers a little bit. Even if those numbers are untrue, say Twitch took home 15 million, he took home 6. Twitch took home 15 million, he took home 6. And I'm giving a nigga extra 4 million. I'm giving a nigga extra 4 million. But where do you think Twitch get their money from? Because it costs money to have Kai run this fucking Twitch, this live stream all day, every day. It costs that. It costs money to have those servers built up, all that shit. But where do you think Twitch is getting their money from? Do you think Kai is sending their ass the wire transfer the money? Fuck no. They get their money from ad revenue. Where do you think Spotify gets their money from? Ad revenue. Apple Podcasts, ad revenue. YouTube, ad revenue. No artist is getting a proper percentage of that ad revenue. So when Casanet was doing that live streaming shit, niggas who wasn't sub, niggas who was getting those ads, you was getting bombarded with them bitches. It was a certain time, so you getting bombarded with them bitches. I know because I was tapped in. The nigga had that shit lit, some of the most entertaining shit I've ever seen a nigga come up with. The creativity was off the charts type shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was in awe. Every day, every night, every hour. Every hour for nigga 28 days straight was something different that would take a nigga usually weeks to complete. And he was doing it every hour. So I was in awe. As a nigga who know how hard it is just to do a podcast, I was in awe of what that nigga was able to accomplish. But I also was sitting back thinking, yo, how much money is this nigga actually generating? Because yes, you get the donations from the live chat and stuff of that nature. But of course, Twitch has to break that down and give you a percentage of that shit. But also, Casanet is not getting what them damn the money that ad revenue is bringing in. Because that ad revenue, they giving Twitch the big ass bag just because they know Casanet is the biggest live streamer in the world. And if that nigga's doing a subathon where he's on all day, every day, nigga, we finna flood everything doing that nigga shit. That's where they get the money from. They don't get the money in the ad revenue for the little niggas. They look at that one nigga. Casanet is the reason why Twitch will get X amount of millions and hundreds of millions of dollars in their ad revenue because they know exactly how many eyes will be watching that nigga stream. On average, nigga got like 50 to 60 to 80,000 people watching them, bro. So all it takes is for one company to see that one live streamer do that, and that's where they get that's where Twitch will use Casanet as a bargaining chip in their negotiation process. But Casanet is not getting nowhere near what he should be getting if he's bringing in those deals. No content creator is getting their fucking work because of streaming, bro. It's really a wild ass game right now. And you love putting, and as a content creator, you love putting your content out. You do this shit. That's why I said you can't get into these games for the money. You can't get into this game looking to fucking change your life forever. That can be the goal, but you gotta actually be in love with the craft and love with the grind because this grind can wear your ass out. It can really wear your ass out. And when you know that you're getting fucked, when you know that you're not getting paid what you should be getting paid, that shit can wear your ass out. That can wear your ass out even more. So it's like niggas when you gotta come into this game knowing like, yo, streaming, as much as your internet can get your shit out there, well, niggas listen to that shit for free, brother. And the simple fact is, listen to that shit for free. They can listen to that shit however many times they want to. And you will love that shit. But nigga, bills still gotta be paid. Rent still on the first of the month. When you looking up and you got thousands of motherfuckers listening to your shit, your audience growing, you like, damn, nigga, but I'm still, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still living the same way I was living. Yeah. Cause nigga, you getting a percentage. And that percentage ain't big at all, my nigga. So streaming is every content creator's biggest fucking enemy, bro. It truly is wild, bro. So, like I said, what Snoop Dogg said, nigga get billions of streams and they ain't got $1 million. So it's like, it's damn near like the equivalent to social media fame. Like, nigga, you can see a motherfucker with millions of followers or hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram and think they lit. But nigga, they broke as a motherfucker for real. They ain't the ones who got their negotiation and their networking process down to where they got the ad deals popping. They just got hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram. It's the same thing in this industry space. Nigga have all them streams and all that, but nigga is not getting paid for that shit properly. It's a wild game, man. Truly motherfucking is. Moving on. You know, I kind of touched on this a few episodes ago. I want to pose this question to all the friends of the show. Yo, is support from familiar faces important? You know, I want to play this clip from that I got from Rick Ross. Let me see.
When I go to these young niggas' pages and I only see one like after 8 minutes, all that tell me is everybody you grow up with, they see it and they go by. They don't hit that button. Why don't they hit that button? Is it because of the things they've said amongst others and they don't even seem flawed liking or supporting what you got going on? 80% of the time when I see my people, I ain't even listening to that shit. I like it. If that's my partner, if that's my homie, and if that's what he on, I'm with it too. I like it.
You know, I played that because I feel like just recently we was talking about on the podcast, I was like, yo, I'm putting my accomplishments up on my social media, and the motherfuckers that actually fuck with me, that claim they fuck with me, people that know me for me, nobody gave me congratulations, nobody liked it or nothing like that. And I felt the way about that. And a lot of people was, you know, they told me, you know, I shouldn't be salty, shake that shit off type shit. And it wasn't really about necessarily people not giving me my flowers. It's not about that. It's kind of what this nigga Rick Ross was saying. I guess I don't never word my shit properly. I don't word my shit properly. But it's the same thing he said is about how I felt about the people that I know. It's like, nigga, anything y'all do, I like it. I want anything y'all do to have. I want to have that imagery of likes upon like what hella motherfuckers fucking with it. I want to be able to start that trend for a motherfucker. I know motherfucker. I got niggas who make music, fam. I shout out my nigga Black King. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my nigga Gusto who made the motherfucking intro music. When I first started this show, they wanted to come on this motherfucker ASAP, bro. And I told him, like, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, my nigga. I fuck with y'all. So niggas that I actually fuck with, that I want to see make it to the top type shit, like, I want to see that nigga have his Larry June moment. I can see it. So it's like, bro, I was like, man, my nigga, I'm not gonna lie to you. I want to bring you on when the time is right. When I know for a fact that shit can have an impact on what you got going on. I don't want you to just come on here and, you know, so we just chopping it up. I want my shit to be able to impact you in whatever way I can positively. Because I fuck with you, my nigga. So it's like when I'm on social media and motherfuckers back in St. Louis, people I know in Texas, people I know in New York, when I see them posting their shit, man, I like that shit. Niggas I know in Hawaii, niggas when they post, man, I like that shit. I want motherfuckers to be able to be scrolling past and see your accomplishments or see shit you promoting and see other motherfuckers fucking with it, and then that just draw their eyes to it. I automatically think like that. So when I do my shit and I see people weren't rocking like that with me, it made me feel away. Now I don't know, you know what I'm saying, oh, these niggas, fuck these niggas, I'm gonna treat them the same way. No, it wasn't like that. It's just sometimes you gotta peep game. Because that's how niggas be thinking. Rick Ross said, why is niggas that you fuck with and niggas you know ain't liking your shit? It ain't even about whether or not niggas personally fuck with it. But why is niggas not willing to go to bat for you and even fake the front for a nigga? We always talk about niggas faking it till they made, but how come niggas don't ever just front on the front for their motherfucking partners? Don't lie at no bitches for me. Nigga, lie about my business for me. I can handle the women. Nigga say my shit is glorify my business. Glorify my success. I be seeing my homeboys, like, yeah, maybe it's a tad bit different, but, you know, niggas that I don't even, like, consider, like, my homeboy. I don't consider none of these niggas my friends, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't consider none of you niggas my partners like that. Niggas that know, but I don't consider you niggas. I mean, come on, man. I ain't talked to you niggas in 12 years. But even the niggas I don't talk to in 12 years, if we was once cool, growing up, and I see these niggas posting pictures of their kids or with their kids or posting a picture with their grandmas and shit, you know what I'm saying, getting together with the fam on a Sunday, like wholesome ass pictures, like normal shit. I always make sure I love those pictures. I always make sure I show niggas love and support for those moments. Because we getting further away from niggas just posting regular shit. Everybody posted some suited and booty type shit. Everybody posted some club shit. Everybody posted some liquor. Everybody posted some weed. Everybody posted some fucking money phone. Everybody posted some guns, bro. That's literally all you see every day. Twerking and ignorant shit. So when I see niggas posting their kids, when I see niggas being proud fathers, when I see women being proud mothers, when I see motherfuckers being proud sons and nephews and, you know, grandsons and shit like that, I always make sure I show support to that. Because even that, when I see motherfuckers doing that, I want to make sure I pump that up. And maybe I'm just that type of nigga, but when I see Rick Ross even say some shit like that, it's like, okay, nah, it ain't just me. Real recognize real, right? I can't be the only real nigga out here. I can't. But it's real, you know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure you pump up your friends, man. If you consider them your friends, man, pump they shit up. And I ain't saying you gotta like and share and do. I ain't saying you gotta do all that shit. But the simple likes, that shit can provide imagery and that shit can lend support. But if you got motherfuckers you consider your friends and you putting your business and shit out there and they not liking your shit at least, come on, man. Like, at a certain point in time, we gotta look at the certain levels of pay. Cause my nigga, you can't tell me you don't know about it. You can't tell me you don't know about my shit. You can't tell me you don't know how to spend my quality time. You can't do that. I don't know. I really don't know, man. But no, the World Athletics have taken a stand, B. You know, as a heterosexual man, as a straight man, as a regular guy, we was losing, bro. Like, and this wasn't even a battle that I was aware that I was a part of. But when I say that, I mean, I'm talking about the LGBTQ plus community culture, however the fuck you want to say it, has been forced upon not only my life, but almost every heterosexual man's life. I'm not gonna lie to you. I had people in my family who was a part of that community, never had a problem with it. So I was introduced to this shit very early in my life. I really was. Like I realized and I was aware of my cousins and shit being gay when I was a kid. I have close family members right now who have been in strong relationships with the same sex for nigga a decade now. So I've been introduced to this shit early on in my life. So I never have a problem with it. But even with those said members of my family or said members of my inner circle that I care about, we don't talk about that shit. And it's not because they like that gay shit that we don't talk about that shit. Even with the straight people that I know and love and care about in my inner circle, we don't talk about that shit. So that's like the level one of the annoyance that people come across with the LGBTQ plus community. Everything else about the openly flamboyant men, I don't care about that shit. The same sex bathrooms, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't care about that shit. As long as there's no issues, I don't care about that shit. I know a lot of you care. I don't care about that shit. I am aware of the issues that it can cause for the creepy motherfuckers. But I am also aware of the issues that creepy motherfuckers can cause in a normal fucking bathroom. I watch Law and Order, my nigga. SVU's the best show ever, bitch. But I understand the annoyance with that. So that's like level 2, level 3. A nigga who really don't give a fuck about none of that shit, I always say I only get annoyed at the part where they try to act like they don't have mental health issues. As a normal heterosexual man who has a dick between his legs, who likes to use it, who likes vagina, who just lives a normal everyday life, I have mental health issues. You cannot sit here and tell me as a motherfucker who was born, who think they was in the wrong body, that you don't have mental health issues. You can't tell me somebody who's willing to chop their penis off and then tuck their balls inside to make a vagina doesn't have mental health issues, buddy. And I'm not saying there's something wrong with you to the fact you need to be locked up, but that can be something we can bond over. Instead of trying to force feed us with all this gay shit, and I use gay shit, you know what I'm saying, not in a toxic way. But instead of trying to force feed us and knock us over the head with all this gay shit, bro, why don't we bond over the mental health? You can use that as a gateway to get your point across. Instead of acting like y'all can just do whatever the fuck y'all want and we gotta accept it. I bring it up because I told you introducing this topic that the World Athletics had taken a stand. The World Athletics have banned, let me repeat that, the World Athletics have banned transgender women competing with, regular women. And I applaud it. The World Athletics, here it goes. The World Athletics have officially banned transgender women from competing in the female world category events. This is the level where I get annoyed with the LGBTQ plus community. Because I remember when the news broke about an old girl who was in college who when she was a man, was ranked 370 something in the nation, getting his ass smoked. You would have thought he wasn't even swimming for real. He was never for doggy paddling or something. But when he, turned to a woman and claimed to be a woman, he was now ranked number 1 in the nation. And I had a huge problem with that. Because, nigga, I don't care what kind of wig you got on. I don't care how high of a pitch you make your voice when you trying to talk. I don't care if you start switching all of a sudden. I don't care about that. You are a man, brother. And I'm not saying transgender women can't compete in sports. They can be cold. Shit, if the jumper is nice, the jumper is nice. But I don't think a transgender woman should be in the WNBA. Hell, I don't even think the transgender woman should be in the NBA. If you want to, I guess. But why not have your own league? Why not have the TWNBA? Hey. Wow. That shit kind of work. The TWNBA. That should be nice. A bunch of transgender women, you know what I'm saying, doing their thing. And maybe it can be trans men can have their own league too, but it should never be where they crossing over into the fucking trans men competing with regular men or transgender women compete against regular women. It would never be a level playing field. And sports is about fucking having the most level playing field as possible. That's all it's about. It ain't even about motherfuckers not even have anything against what you got going on. But it's about having a level playing field. It's the same thing like when fucking Karl Malone didn't want to fucking play basketball with Magic Johnson when he first announced he had AIDS. Wait a minute, this shit ain't fair. Nigga, just because you sick don't mean I want to get sick. I felt them. In those years, when they didn't have the information that we have now, when it was like when niggas thought once you get AIDS, you gonna die, HIV, you gonna die, Easy-E. When Magic Johnson first got that shit and he announced that, people thought he was gonna die, bro. You have to think about those times. So when this nigga trying to come back and play hoops, huh? Bitch, what? Huh? Nigga, you get the fuck up out of here? I felt Karl Malone. You know I don't fuck with Karl Malone. But I feel Karl Malone. This shit ain't fair. This nigga got an advantage. I don't want to guard this nigga. I be damn this nigga sweat. You know what I'm saying? Start swearing on me. Fuck that. He got that shit. I feel him. Playing field not fair. And that shit's dangerous. But now you can't have, I stand with the world of athletics for taking their stand. Because I remember it was Albany like a few days ago. I seen a report that Albany had made this law as well that transgender women can't compete, you know what I'm saying, in the women events because that shit's not fair, bro. I'm seeing niggas, you see it more common in the weightlifting realm, you know what I'm saying? A lot of men, they put on a fucking weight, compete against the women and break the records and take home the medals and shit like that. You see it more common in that realm, but when they did that at the NCAA tournament, bro, that shit was a lot of pop. So I'm glad that the world of athletics is taking this stand because this shit is not fair, bro. You can't have a nigga out there just putting on the wig and now he out there setting world records and he beating all these women who've been training, working their ass off. It has nothing to do with if we against or if we accept what the fuck what you stand for, what you believe in your life. It has nothing to do with that. You can go and fuck and suck whoever the fuck you want to do. Have whoever the fuck you want to suck and fuck on you. But you're not finna rob these women of their dreams and rob them of their hard work and their dedication. If you still want to compete, go compete with the niggas who got the same, you know what I'm saying, original sexual orientation that you had until they create you your own league to where you can compete with people that's just like you now. Until then, you gotta sit your ass on the sideline and cheer. Hey, it happens, my nigga. You gotta weigh out your options before you make one of those brash ass decisions, real talk. So I stand with the world of athletics. I really motherfucking do. But moving on. Let's get into Nick Cannon, man. You know, Nick Cannon came out and he told us that he makes $100 million a year. Round of applause for Nick Cannon. God damn, that's amazing. That's $100 million motherfucking dollars, bro. I've always told y'all, you know, people always looked at Nick Cannon as he was corny. I never thought Nick Cannon was corny. I kind of get it because we seen Nick Cannon grow. I think we look at all the people like that. I told y'all, man, child stars, we all look at a certain way besides Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne's the only child star we don't look at like a fucking goofball. We literally look at Michael B. Jordan a certain way because we know that nigga from being a kid. Orlando Brown, we look at him a certain way because we know him from being a kid. Major Payne, all that shit. We look at every child star a certain fucking way. Like, get the fuck out of here. Just like they supposed to be some cornball ass niggas. We literally treat every child star the same way. Lil Wayne, that nigga talking about fucking bitches smoking weed and sipping lean. And he started tattooing his face and had dreads. He became the best rapper alive. Something tells me though, if Lil Wayne didn't become the best rapper alive, we'll probably have a different take on Lil Wayne. I ain't gonna lie to you. We'll probably have a different take on Lil Wayne. I think that his true fans will fuck with him. But I know, even my uncles, like niggas who's older than me, they didn't fuck with Lil Wayne. My uncle didn't fuck with Lil Wayne. He didn't give Lil Wayne his straight props, my nigga, until like, nigga, 2012, 2013 type shit. After he had his run and all that shit, that's when niggas started giving him his props. That was older than me. But like, he always had the younger generation. But something tell me, if he didn't eclipse the shit that he eclipsed, and if he didn't have the run that he had, and then, you know, extended it off to Drake, he didn't do that shit. You probably have a different take on Wayne, but Nick Cannon came out and said he make $100 million. I've always looked at Nick Cannon as a get money nigga. He's always been on some cool shit to me. Gigolo was a hit to me, nigga, I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry, but that was Gigolo, you got lots of dough. That was my shit. Sitting on folks, that was my shit. Love Don't Cost a Thing, that was my shit. Drumline, that was my shit. What's the other movie where he was the undercover cop? Like, that was the nigga, Nick Cannon was my nigga. We all know him from the Nickelodeon, that nice shit with Amanda Bynes and all them niggas. Like, that's where I originally know dude from. But he came out and said he make $100 million. We know now Nick Cannon from being all the success he does with Wild 'N Out and all his business ventures and other shit like that. But we know him right now as being a baby making bandit. The nigga making a hell of babies right now. And I've always said, man, look, he's doing it right. If you're gonna have a lot of baby mamas, bro, you can't do it like the rest of these niggas. A lot of these niggas' first baby mamas be rough. That's like, man, like, look, man. I want to be on some Nick Cannon. He got twins by Mariah Carey, bro. If you look at every single one of Nick Cannon's baby mothers, I don't care what you guys say. I've even said, okay, it's getting to a point to where it's getting kind of irresponsible. But if you just want to look at on some man-to-man meat, some meat-to-meat with women shit, when you look at it like that, man, please. Men know that nigga's winning. All his baby mothers are beautiful. Drop dead gorgeous. And he came out and he said, I think he said that a few of these women he's having kids with are women who came to him and told him that, well, do I got it right here? It's okay. Nick Cannon, who makes $100 million a year, says one of the reasons he had kids with some of his baby moms is because they expressed concern about their biological clocks running out. So he gave them what they desired. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know how y'all took that. That sounds like some of the goofiest shit. Now, all that corny shit y'all was saying, I'm okay. Okay. I agree. That's the corniest shit I've ever heard in my life, B. That sounds like the easiest nigga in the universe to finesse. What do you mean women are coming to you expressing, no, Nick, I'm getting older. Like, what am I to do? Like, these eggs, Nick, like, I can't make bacon and eggs with this. I ain't got no bacon. Come on, Nick, what am I to do? Like, what the fuck do you mean? So you make $100 million. So you just blessing women and setting them for life? So this is where it comes to the irresponsible shit again. Because I know for a fact you're not raising all these kids, bro. And I get you got the money. And I get that you looking at, okay, some of these women just wanted a kid. So they probably not even looking for you to be there the whole time. And goddamn it, I'm pretty sure they know you're not going to be there the whole time. I don't think there's a woman that can go into a situation with Nick Cannon thinking he's going to be there the whole time. I don't even think a delusional woman could do that. You know, even off his stats of being an actor, a boss, a businessman, that he's busy. But then you also know this nigga got all these damn kids with all these different women. The only woman you probably don't see him with all the time, or for the majority of the time with them kids, is Mariah Carey. I just seen they rented something out. I forget what the fuck they just ran out. I think it was a whole amusement park. Ran out the whole damn amusement park just for their kids. That's Mariah fucking Carey. He gonna be there with Mariah. But you little social media, social media models, wilding out girls, come on, man. Holiday season, that's when you gonna see Nick Cannon. Possibly. Possibly. You better hope Wildin' Out ain't on tour. Wildin'. You better hope they ain't on tour. You'll get a voice message, a FaceTime. But even with that, that's just weird. That's wild. That ain't wild to y'all. So I asked the question, like, so at what point do kids not become an affordability topic? You know how motherfuckers always be like, man, I can't afford no kids. Like, it was a long time in my life where I was like, I can't afford no kids. I can barely afford what the fuck I got going. I can't afford no kid. But for a nigga to be like, man, I make $100 million a year. And then you see how loose he is with his singing. Pause. Damn, that was wild. When you just see how loose he is with this situation, it's like, okay, my nigga, so at what point do you think about, the reproduction of life? At what point do you think about your health issues? Because you got lupus. So at what point do you think about that part of it? At what point do you think about, raising these kids properly? Because at a certain point in time, you have to understand that money isn't everything. Money can't raise kids, bro. Money can't raise kids. And before a lot of y'all jump out there with kids now, nigga, you don't know. My nigga, think about how you came up. Think about how you came up and think about the living situation. Now that we all grown, you know, and getting this shit on our own, we can properly look back at our past and see whether or not if we was wealthy or not. I know how we was living. My nigga, we lived in a 2-bedroom apartment for 15 years. Nigga, I was in Nantucket for 15 years, not shitting on it. My mama knew what she had to do. I remember living in Pond Line. I remember living in Riverview. See, a lot of you niggas don't even know that shit. I remember living in fucking Riverview, living in motherfuckers in loft areas. I remember living in Pond Line, nigga, living in loft areas, nigga, living in basements, nigga. I remember that. But as a kid, you're not thinking about that shit. You're not thinking about you living with somebody. That was home when you was a kid. Growing up, that's home. But when you get older, we would just stand with somebody. Until, you know, so we made some shit shake. So it's like, but at one point in time, even when you do got the money, you can drop a bag whenever you want to. You're making $100 million a year. $100 million a year is crazy. I'm not going to lie to you. That's a wild amount of money. But at what point in time do kids not become an affordability topic? Because that's wild as fuck for a nigga who has lupus to just be out here dropping semen in bitches because they came to him and said they getting old. That's not wild to y'all? I don't know. I fuck with Nick Cannon, but that's wild as fuck to me. And it's just like, as a nigga with no kids, a nigga who feel like he's getting ready to jump into that stage of my life, I can't sit here and be like, I can respect that fully. Because now I understand why motherfuckers call you corny. Because that's some corny ass shit. I get you probably think you doing some noble shit, but I can tell by the way a nigga start that subject off with, I make 100 M's a year, that now you think you doing some player shit. And to me, that just sounds like you either getting finessed by bitches and you just openly accepting it, or you just think you doing some super playeristic shit. I just don't agree. So it's wild. It's wild. It truly is motherfucking wild, man. If I say so myself, Mr. Cannon. Mr. Cannon, Mr. motherfucking Cannon. Moving on. You know, on this podcast, man, I've always came over here and said this was a, my way of self-therapy, you know what I'm saying, my audio journal, you know what I'm saying. Things that I say on this podcast is things that I be thinking and just want to express, but a lot of people don't have anyone to express it to. So I come over here on the mic and I feel like, I envision myself talking to a crowd. And now I am talking to a crowd of people. But it took a while for me to get to that point. And I still treat this as I'm talking to myself and this is just my audio journal. And I feel that's the best way for me to come in here and podcast, bro. I've always come here and let you guys know about the isolation I was going through, the self-isolation that I was putting myself through for years, me getting away. For people that know me personally know I just literally got a working phone. I didn't have a working phone for the last, 3 years? I didn't have a working phone. And it wasn't because I couldn't afford it. I literally went off the grid. Now I had an iPhone, so niggas could still text me and people who had my number and stuff like that. I had one of those little free Wi-Fi numbers to handle my business with the podcast and bills and stuff like that. So as I was on Wi-Fi, it was good money. But I was off the grid. If you didn't have my number, if I didn't want you to have a line to me, you didn't have one. And it's kind of still the same way, to be honest with you, but I'm opening up more to getting back out into the world. Isolation, I always told you I can drive a motherfucker crazy. I know what it did to me. I was always crazy, but I know the depths that I went to when I was just in the house, separating myself from the world. That's why I come here and always say, well, get out the house. Because when you driving yourself crazy, you can't blame nobody else type shit, you know? I came across this report. It was a very, very, very interesting report. Let me see if I can find it real fast. Where it's at. And it was talking about how social isolation can be worse than smoking. Let me see if I can find it real fast. Jesus Christ, where is it? I'll find it, but it's just something about social isolation being worse than smoking a shit ton of motherfucking cigarettes. Where are we? Okay, here we go, I'm sorry. U.S. Surgeon General recently sounded the alarm on how social isolation can impact the physical health. Let's go ahead and read this. It says, U.S. Surgeon General finds loneliness is as deadly as smoking up to 15 cigarettes a day. Now, when I originally saw it, I was like, what the fuck? Because we all remember the imagery growing up and going to school and seeing you see the fucking the nicotine commercials and shit like that. They make smoking cigarettes seem like a nigga taking a shot of fucking meth, like straight to the face. Like, that's what they make cigarettes feel like. And honestly, it worked. That shit worked on me as a kid. The DARE programs, DARE dances and shit like that, it didn't stop me from smoking weed. It stopped me from smoking cigarettes. Like, real shit. The DARE programs didn't stop us from smoking weed. It just stopped us from smoking cigarettes. So I refuse to smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke blacks. I don't smoke none of that shit. Because I know that shit gonna fuck my lungs up. I know for a fact it will. That shit gonna cause cancer, all that shit. But when you say loneliness is more dangerous than smoking up to 15 cigarettes a day, I totally agree. Because, dog, I'm telling you, when I was on my isolation shit, when I got sick, I felt like I was dying. The immune system was weak. Everything was just weak. Everything about me was just on level 1. I was never charged up. I was always I was on some autopilot shit. Always on some autopilot shit. Life was just passing me by type shit. So and when that's happening, bro, you're not properly taking care of yourself. Now when I say that, bro, I wasn't in this motherfucker like on some couch potato shit. Like, I was still, you know what I'm saying, pie and fucking bitches getting money. I was still doing all that shit. So I wasn't on some hermit the crab ass shit. But I wasn't in living life. My people, I was so busy cutting people off that when I looked up, everybody was gone. And that shit is fine. We all go through those periods where we need to go through our times of isolation to get ourselves back right. But even after I got myself back right, I was still being isolated. And even when you can go into a delusion thinking that everything's okay, but you slowly deteriorating type shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so happy that I was able to come across some goddamn scientific evidence. You know what? That's all niggas need when they be popping this shit. I was able to come across some scientific evidence that actually proves that, yeah, loneliness fucks you up, bro. That leads to your mental health. That leads to your depression, your fucking anxiety and all that. And then that leads to the fucking deterioration of you physically. Because once you start deteriorating mentally, bro, and then that leads to you deteriorating emotionally, that leads to you deteriorating spiritually, and then that comes to you being physically. That shit fucks with you, bro. It's when you feel like you ain't got nobody, after you can cut motherfuckers off and then you look up and you start to feel like you ain't got nobody, come on, man. Come on, man. I'm telling you, I done been down that road, man. I done been down that fucking road. When you start to feel like you ain't got nobody, come on, man. That shit fuck with you mentally, bro. Mentally, that shit fucks with you big time. And once the mentally start fucking with you, you don't want to do nothing at all. You let yourself go, like all type of, you can go down the bottle, you can go on pills, you can let yourself go. You know what I'm saying? It can go many motherfucking ways, and none of them end up good. Real talk, man. That shit can get dead. That shit can get deadly for motherfuckers. I done seen it happen, and I know niggas who know about it happening. I done seen this shit happen, bro. That mental health shit big, man. For real, that loneliness shit is dead, man. Get out the crib, man. Get out the crib all 2023, my nigga. Moving on. You know, I came across these videos, bro. Have y'all seen the videos of the teacher getting his ass whooped? It's like a teacher, bro. The first video I seen of a teacher, he was getting pepper spray. He took a girl phone, a little African American black girl phone, and she pepper sprayed the nigga. And the whole internet was like arguing, was like, yo, is this justification? Like, is this justified? Like, and I wasn't even gonna touch on that shit, bro. Because when I seen the clip, I was like, okay, that's a little badass little girl, clearly showing the fuck out. We've all seen it before. We've all seen the little girls in school and high school thought they was grown and took shit to extreme measures and shit like that. We've all seen it. I've never seen a motherfucker mace a teacher. I ain't never seen that. But I understand, but these kids these days are just bad as a motherfucker. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I think motherfuckers is having kids younger and younger. And I know motherfuckers who got kids that I was in school with that got like 10-year-old kids and shit like that. 10-year-old, 12-year-old kids, and they raise them kids like they little brothers and little sisters. So that could be what the fuck it is, but I can agree that, and I can attest that these teachers nowadays is getting their ass whooped, like religiously. Like, you know how it used to be rare that you seen a teacher and a student fight. I feel like we see at least, 100 videos a year of teachers and students having fucking physical altercations. So when I seen the video of her macing the teacher, I wasn't even gonna say shit about it. I thought the shit was out of pocket. If a teacher take your phone, what the fuck is going on? Okay, get your shit back out the class. Go through your mama gotta come get it. Go through the normal typical shit. You start macing motherfucking these teachers and shit. What the fuck is going on? Look, man, suspend this little bitch. I'm sorry, if I'm a teacher, man, I better suspend this little bitch. Terminate, for real. Expulsion this motherfucker. But I came across another video, and it was of this same fucking teacher. Apparently, allegedly, this is the same teacher from earlier in the year. It's the same Tennessee teacher who got pepper sprayed by a student. He got attacked by another fucking student because he was taking his phone. I'm not gonna lie. This nigga beat this teacher ass. Oh my God. He just Draymond Green this nigga. Fucking administrator. Man, he hit this nigga so hard. He hit him and he ran into a fucking window. This same teacher just got his ass whooped a few months prior to getting pepper sprayed, fam. Like, I'm not understanding what the fuck is going on. But even if I'm taking a stance that, okay, yes, these kids is bad as a motherfucker. At what point in time as the teacher do you leave these kids the fuck alone? Nigga, they clearly not playing with you, my nigga. Fuck that. You better not even fuck one of them motherfucking kids, nigga. At what point do you say, you know what? I'm gonna leave these kids the fuck alone, just stick to curriculum. I'm gonna stick to teaching these motherfuckers about, you know what I'm saying, long division and shit like that. Had them having phones, that should be the least of your motherfucking worries. If every time you talk about taking a phone, you got students punching you in your fucking face. You got students pepper spraying. Nigga, it's 2023. If this was the early 2000s, I ain't gonna bullshit you. If this was 1999, 2000, and motherfuckers had cell phones out in class, I get it. I get a teacher being upset, like, yo, put the fucking phones up, give me them fucking phones. I would understand a teacher stand on all 10 toes about no phones out in class. But in 2023, nigga, what is the iPhone 16 or some shit? Nigga, when fucking phones is this big now, when you can DoorDash some food to your motherfucking class, look, my nigga, if you don't shut the fuck up about phones being out, motherfuckers be on some calculator showing that motherfucker. If you tripping about phones to the point to where you willing to die for that shit, and you gotta be willing to die for that shit, if you willing to take niggas' phones knowing good and goddamn well they finna beat the fuck out you. This student just whooped his ass, man. You gotta be willing to die for this shit. If a motherfucker is pepper spraying you in your goddamn face and you fall to your knees talking about administration. Why not leave these fucking kids? Better yet, why still be a teacher? I've heard time and time again about teachers complaining about how the pay ain't shit. You can't be one to help the goddamn next generation that goddamn much to where you willing to get your ass whooped over some cellular devices. Brother, come on, man. If the pay ain't right, you getting your ass whooped. Man, if you don't start selling dope, you don't start flipping fucking peas, nigga. But it's at what point, bro, do we change this shit? I'm telling you, bro, look. I seen at McDonald's. That was fucking no humans at all. It was all machinery, bro. All machinery. When are we gonna get to the day where school is just not even if it's all online? When do we get to the point to where there's no physical teachers? I was thinking about this shit in the NBA. Like, when the NBA just gonna get rid of these old ass referees and have a motherfucking little robot or something, or have an AI or something like that, or have a referee from, you know what I'm saying, wherever the headquarters is, refereeing the game or some shit. When is the NBA or somebody gonna take that next step? If McDonald's is doing it and they thriving, that's $1 billion, that's a worldwide $1 billion company, billions upon billions dollar company, and they going all machinery. When everybody else gonna do it? Especially now you come over to the public school system where you got these teachers getting their ass whooped. What was the big booty ass teacher that beat up the little girl and was sitting on the little girl, ass fat as all outside? That ass was stupid big. She came to school to fuck. I'm telling you, bro. She ain't come to school to be no fucking teacher that day. That ass was stupid, boy. Man, that ass was stupid.
Nasty bitch.
But we seeing time and time again, bro, it's plenty of fights going on between students and teachers. And teachers have been complaining since the dawn of time about not being paid, you know what I'm saying, properly. I'm all for it at this point, especially if you have all these goddamn school shootings. I can't picture myself being no goddamn teacher and I'm getting severely underpaid. These kids is whooping my ass, and these kids is shooting up the schools. I don't give a fuck about them kids to be wanting to fucking teach them no goddamn long division to the point to where my health is, I'm not safe, I'm broke as fuck, and these niggas got Glocks. I'm sorry. Like, I don't even know what the fuck we talking about. I'll be teaching online. Like, real shit, I'll be teaching online. And if I can't teach online, I'm not a teacher no more. I'm just not. If I'm gonna be a teacher, I'm gonna be a professor somewhere or something. Because I'm not finna be no damn substitute teacher or no bullshit like that. And these kids whooping my ass because I try to take their phone. These kids ain't playing no more, man. Why you think I'm going to the gun range? No, no, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Moving on. Yo, I want to tell all the friends of the show, man. You know, we all into traveling and stuff like that. I'm trying to think about going either Florida or I might go to St. Louis, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm thinking about going somewhere. Only for like 2 or 3 days, bro, because don't nobody watch my dog and shit like that. So I'm only for like 2 or 3 days or something like that, sometime later in the year. And we all traveling. I got friends in the show all over the United States, man, all over the world, but primarily all over the United States when we're talking this, when we come locally. My Mississippi people, man, y'all gotta let me know something, man. What the fuck the cops on out there, B? Hey, look, man, I came across some shit. I came across some shit. Look, I fuck with Mississippi. Well, I thought I fucked with Mississippi. I ain't never really heard nothing bad about Mississippi. I just knew y'all was on some country ass shit. But I ain't never really heard nothing bad about Mississippi. I fuck with David Banner. I feel like David Banner is one of the most underrated producers and rappers of all time. That's about as far as it goes when I really think about Mississippi. I don't really know shit else about Mississippi when I really think about it. But I came across some fucking information, bro. And it was about these Mississippi cops. The Mississippi cops are out there on some straight wild ass shit. Now I just told y'all about the booty goons, right? The niggas who snatched 5-year-old foreign Jane, talking about, spitting in butts and shit. Like, I told y'all about that. I don't know what's going on, bro. I don't know. I don't know what's going on anymore. Like, the Mississippi cops are allegedly waterboarded suspects Eddie Terrell Parker and Michael Corey Jenkins with milk and tried to use sex toys on them.
Wow.
They did what? They waterboarded them, Eddie Terrell Parker, Michael Corey Jenkins with milk and used sex toys on them.
Nasty bitch.
Yo, Mississippi. All my friends of the show from Mississippi. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? What type of entertainment is that? I've seen tasers being used. I've seen handcuffs. I've seen nightsticks. I've seen pistols. You know what I'm saying? I've seen when they lay out on the street, the spikes that flatten niggas' tires. I seen them do where they hit the nigga in the back of the fucking car and it just spin out the T-bone. I've seen that. I've seen nigga chase and pursue. I've seen letting the dogs out on a nigga. I've seen, rest in peace, George Floyd. I've seen knees on necks. I've seen, some stop resist. I've seen all that. I seen, some Rodney King video that was kicking the fuck out of nigga, stomping them the fuck out. We just seen the last group of niggas who went viral for beating up old boy. I'm sorry, I can't think your name on top of my head, brother. Rest in peace. We seen that. But what the fuck is the milk and sex toys for? Have you ever heard of a wilder combination? Milk and sex toys? Was it almond? Like, what type of milk was this? What type of sex toys? Like, brother, what the fuck is going on? Waterboarding a nigga is wild. That's some terrorist activity shit. Waterboard a nigga with milk? Milk? That 2% shit all in the nigga nostrils? But then, this literally sounds like some Marlon Wayans, Sean Wayans skit shit. What the fuck was the sex toys for? What the fuck information was, man, hold on, man. What information was y'all trying to get from these niggas? And I don't like how they release these niggas' whole names. They can't even live this shit down. They told Eddie Terrell Parker and Michael Corey Jenkins. They can't know damn well they had to say these niggas' middle name. Now the whole world know these two niggas specifically was getting sex toys used on them in interrogation. What the fuck, Mississippi? Where's David Banner? What the fuck is going on? What was the sex toys for? Like, brother, the sex toys is so bothersome. I bypassed the milk. I'm gonna just leapfrog the milk part because that just makes it weirder for me, knowing that there was milk involved with sex toys. I told you the wildest things that ever happened to me in my life is when I literally seen a chick eat 2 McDoubles and a large fry, and literally as she took her last bite, start sucking my dick. I felt like little crumbs and shit. Like, oh my God. Like, that was the wildest and weirdest shit that ever happened to me in my life. But when you introduce milk and sex toys into the equation, I'm flabbergasted. What is the police doing? What was these two men accused of doing? What did they know? What the fuck did they know? Milk and dildos? Come on, man. We got milk and cookies. We got milk and brownies. We got all types of shit. I ain't never heard no milk and dildos, but that's wild, buddy. That's wild, buddy. What the fuck is Mississippi doing? Do not get arrested in Mississippi. They gonna get your ass to talk for real. Jesus Christ. Moving on. I want to get into this real fast when we wrap the podcast up. Bills punter Matt Araiza. You know, he went through some shit, bro. Bills punter Matt Araiza. New evidence came out. Who was accused of rape. He was the Bills punter who was released because these allegations came out. Allegations came out that he raped somebody. Bills did what the NFL teams do. They released his ass. He was a punter. Get him the fuck out of here. New evidence came out. And this is a white man, so I'm not coming on here trying to stand up for black people like that and nothing like that. This is the white man. New evidence came out, bro, that he wasn't even at the house when this shit took place. He wasn't even present when this woman said that he raped her. And he was released from the Bills. Like he was released from the Bills, lost his job, and people are saying hopefully, a team will take another chance on him. And I don't think they will, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. And it's not even because of him not being a household name. It's literally because the position he plays, bro. You can literally go get a punter from anywhere, bro. You can go get a kicker from any fucking soccer field in America. Any of them. Niggas is going for 2-point conversion more and more every year. But that's not the position that niggas want any headlines coming from. If you're going to have some negativity come from your team, it got to be like a star player. You don't want it to come from no kickers and no punters or nothing like that. And it's very unfortunate because this man was innocent as fuck. It wasn't even a situation to where it was like a he said, she said. He thought it was consensual and she didn't. He wasn't even fucking there. Some shit took place. He literally knew nothing about it. He wasn't even fucking there. And that don't matter because he already lost his job. People have already classified this man as whatever the fuck they want to classify him as. Because when you look up and somebody got an accusation placed on them, and then you look up and they got let go from their job, that leads motherfuckers to even believe it even more. And it's sad, man. It really is sad. It is sad, Matt Araiza. I'm sorry for you, bro, because it's gonna be hard to even still convince people that you had nothing to do with that. It is. It's gonna be hard to convince people you had nothing to do with that, no matter what the police reports say, no matter what the new evidence say. Because once that information comes out, that's the fucking death punch right there anyway. Because you already lost your childhood dream job. You're no longer in the NFL. And like I said, why would they want to go get a kicker who still got a dark cloud around him? They gonna get a fucking kicker that's on a soccer field right now. Just out there kicking with his kids or some shit like that. So it's sad, bro. It truly is sad, man. My question is to you, though, what should happen to the woman? If a woman accuses a man of rape, and he's innocent as fuck. Innocent as fuck. Now, I get that whole he said, she said. Even I know how much of a thin line or a gray area that shit can be sometimes. So I'm not even talking about that. That can be handled separately. Because if there was some type of miscommunication or something like that, I think that should be handled totally separate than somebody just accusing somebody of straight rape. Like you break into a motherfucking house and you on some rape and robbery shit, like, nah, nigga, that's wild. But if it's on some drunken night shit, that gotta be handled case by case. But how do you handle the case where a nigga was totally innocent, wasn't even there? What do you do with that woman? What do you do with that woman? Because he's already suffered. He's already suffered. An innocent man has already suffered. What happens to the woman who accused this man of raping her when she knew good and goddamn well he didn't do it? What happens to her? Me personally, lock her ass up. She should be charged. She should be charged. I've always been a firm believer of whatever the fucking penalty was or was going to be for the person who was falsely accused, then the fucking accuser should get that sentence. I honestly feel like that. Because if a man is being convicted guilty of raping a woman, he gonna get at least 10 to 15 years, bro. 10 to 15 years, lost his job, lost his money, he's struggling, he's a goddamn homeless man now. He's done. The world, society looks at him as one of the scums of the fucking earth. And she goes on about her life. That man's innocent. And she gets to just walk around this motherfucker, what? Trying to redeem herself? What's she gonna do? Give out some turkeys? Buy some fucking Girl Scout cookies or something every once in a while? Trying to give back? What happens to her? It's tough, man. It truly is tough. I do hope this shit works out for you. Just because proof is coming that you did do this shit. Hopefully, a team will take a flyer on you and give you a try. But we all know that shit's not likely, man. He's a punter, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. Like, no. Like, nah. Even if he was a backup quarterback, I don't even think this shit worked. Like, you gotta legit be a made man for this shit to even be able to be considered. If this was a made nigga and some shit came out and then it was proof that came out, he ain't like this Deshaun Watson type shit. Alright. But if Deshaun Watson was a fucking punter, my nigga, come on, man. A kicker, even if he was a backup quarterback. Come on, man. So yeah, it's fucked up, man. Hopefully you can bounce back from this, man. Real motherfucking talk. Before I get up out of here, man, I was on social media, bro. I found out niggas didn't like Lil Wayne Lollipop. Well, that sounds crazy. Niggas didn't like Lollipop by Lil Wayne. She let me like a lollipop. Like, I don't know, man. It's like, I feel like, this kind of goes hand in hand to what a nigga just told me the other day. We was talking about Kobe, right? We was talking about Steph Curry, actually. And I was telling him, Steph Curry ain't never hit that big shot in the last, minute. You know what I'm saying? To tie the game, take the lead, none of that shit. He 0 for 13, 0 for 12 or some shit like that. And that nigga sent me some shit back telling me, Kobe was, not clutch or some shit like that. And I was like, well, I'm like, yo, niggas is really acting like they didn't live in these moments. So when I hear people my age group talking about Lollipop was whack, I'm like, yo, why is niggas acting like we wasn't all running around screaming, she licked me like a lollipop? Like, my nigga, I remember how I felt every time I seen that big ass limo come across my TV and Lil Wayne get on top of the motherfucking limo. Anytime that video came on, bro, I was lit. I was hyped as a motherfucker. Like, why is people acting like we wasn't fucking with Lollipop? Like, Lollipop is one of Wayne's biggest songs, bro. Now, is it one of his best songs? Absolutely not. But even till this day, nigga, if I do happen to have the radio on some accident shit and Lollipop come on, you think I'm skipping it? I still say rest in peace, Static Major, nigga. Why do people act like we didn't enjoy certain shit growing up? Why do people act like certain things didn't take place? I don't know if it's the weed. I don't know if it's niggas just too caught up in, in the moment. I don't know what the fuck it is. But niggas be acting like shit that happened and shit that we was enjoying and doing back in the day didn't take place. Like, it blows my mind. The niggas was telling me Kobe wasn't clutch. Nigga told me Kobe wasn't clutch. Maybe it was just because I was idolizing Kobe. Nigga, what? What the fuck are you talking? Come on, man. For a nigga to try to sit here and tell me Kobe wasn't clutch. For a nigga to sit here and tell me Kobe didn't have game-winning shots. Come on. For a nigga to tell me that Lil Wayne song Lollipop wasn't a fucking smash, that niggas didn't love that song, come on, my nigga. Like, it just be wild to me. I was today years old when I found out niggas didn't like Lollipop. That's tough. Niggas was fronting for a while then, B. Real motherfucking talk. But I think that's all we got on this motherfucker. Let me see real fast. We got streaming being the enemy of every content creator. Support for familiar faces being important. Royal Flex taking a stand. At what point does kids not become an affordability issue? The darkness of isolation. Teachers being attacked, taking phones. Mississippi cops doing some wild shit with sex toys.
Wow.
Them niggas is wild. Niggas is wild, boy. Clear the eye. Matt Razor, Bill's punter, being innocent, and niggas not liking Lollipop. Yeah, that's all we motherfucking got, man. We finna get up out of here, man. I'm finna catch these games. I got some parlays, gonna hope they can hit. DJ, drop that fire ass beat, my boy. You know how the fuck I give it up on this side, man. It's all love these ways. Never let them saturated with the bullshit. Always keep the main thing the main thing. Stay safe, stay sharp, stay sane. Holla to this episode, man. We out with this motherfucker. Peace. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. I ain't gonna lie, man. This is a great episode, man. Episode 140, motherfucking me too, man. On the grind 200, that shit don't stop for a motherfucking soul. Always appreciate coming here, man, because I appreciate that. It's people that's tapped in, man. People that's waiting on these episodes, and that shit keeps me going, man. So shout out to all the friends of the show, man, that really fuck with your boy. You guys keep me out of some tough times, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like mentally all day, bro, I've been kind of in my head. It's been kind of weird, but I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's like every time like I be doing good in life type shit, I'm gonna take you out behind the curtain like that. Anytime I'm doing like good in life type shit, right? It's like I get to a moment where I be like, wait a minute, but some bad gotta happen. It's like shit moving too good. And you know, I'm big on the power of the word type shit. So you know, so I be manifesting like the bad shit. So like today I've been kind of like trying to catch myself. So it's like I've been doing somewhat of a decent job, but when I do find myself in those moments to where I can sense the bad shit coming and I try to catch it, it be so stressful, you know what I'm saying? It be so much for me that it dampers my mood. And I was hating that I was doing that because, you know, I had to record that shit, right? So I was able to, you know what I'm saying, move that shit to the side and record for y'all, right? So you know what that means? That means you gotta like the video, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, all that good shit the YouTubers say. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, go on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the DSPs, rate the motherfucking me channel, review the channel, all that shit. Fuck with your boy. Fuck with me. Yeah, man. But I do want to say this though before we get up out of here. You know, I came across this quick tidbit. NBA All-Star or NBA star Jason Tatum promised his mom he would never spend an NBA check to ensure he protects his generational wealth. He lives below his means by living and spending only his endorsement money and gets his approval on large purchases from his mom. Now, I already knew about him not spending his NBA money. I knew he was only spending endorsement money. He said that shit years ago. And that's why I mentioned it, you know, so now I was talking about the international football player who always wanted in his mom's names. But I wanted to come here and say, this is the closest thing you'll get to that in America. Man, when I told you about that football player who all his shit was in his mama's name and her account and all that, and she gave him his money, yeah, 80% of that nigga money went to his mama. Jason Tatum, this is the closest thing you'll get from the African American living in the United States of America. This nigga's from St. Louis, Missouri. From U City, motherfucking me, St. Louis. This is the closest thing you'll get to a nigga giving up all his money and making sure his mama take care of him for the rest of his life. Real motherfucking me talk. I'm proud of you, Justin Taylor, for being smart. You're gonna be a wise motherfucking businessman. Generational wealth is crazy. That nigga probably already made like $250 million from the NBA. At the age of what, 24, 25?
Wow.
That shit's crazy, man. But with that being said, open up your fucking mind, people. We out this bitch. Peace.